So that is how we think about epigenetics within a generation. What I also want to talk about is something that I study in my laboratory and is a growing field of research, although controversial, which is called transgenerational epigenetics. And the basis and motivation for this field is historical events which have suggested that ancestral traumas have left imprints on the descendant generations. So we know that descendants of Holocaust survivors, some descendants have lower cortisol levels, which predispose them to post-traumatic stress disorder later in life. We know, for example, in the Dutch hunger winter in 1944, when there was no food going into the Netherlands because of the World War II, that there were famine-like conditions, and that resulted in birth defects and other mental health abnormalities in generations that were not even conceived at the time. So what we now appreciate is how this is occurring. So what we now understand is that these traumas are laying down marks, or they're removing marks in the sperm or in the egg, and that sets up the future generations to bear these imprints of ancestral trauma. And so when I hear Sangpola talking about eliminating suffering, the goal for us studying this field is to be able to intervene in some way, either in the ancestral generation or in the descendant generation, to reverse these marks that have been laid down. And so to summarize, epigenetics and transgenerational epigenetics are one language used by the nervous system and biology in general, which then allow for an individual's conscious experience in some way to be sculpted, like, for example, the manifestation of PTSD or anxiety in their own lives. Thank you very much.